I'd like to talk about my guest for today. Is a dear friend of mine, somebody I've been collaborating with on a lot of different venues and a lot of different functions and things going on in town. She is a media and musical dynamo. Her name is Marisa Demarco. Not only is she a co-editor of the New Mexico Compass, a wonderful, wonderful news magazine for you guys to check out online, she also is an organizer, event organizer, and musician who goes by the name of Bigawatt. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Welcome, Marisa.
Thank you, Khalil. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Okay, so you're here to talk about Gatas y Vatas.
Yeah, so Gatas y Vatas is a music festival that that I throw with a group of people, and it's coming up on September 20th and 21st at Cosmos, and it's devoted entirely to solo female performance and to experimentation in one form or another. So
that's excellent.
Yeah,
that's a good time because my birthday's on the 22nd, so it's going to be a wonderful weekend.
Right. Good.
I like that a lot. So, question: why is it a solo performance?
Why is it a solo performance? I think that when you're forced to take the stage entirely on your own with music that you've performed, it's a big risk, but it's one that's so necessary for musicians to take because it's kind of where you find out what you are really about. And so that's kind of been the goal of the fest, is to bring forward Albuquerque women to like just really take that leap and try something so daring as to just be on stage all by yourself. You don't have your bandmates to save you, you don't have you don't have anyone to hide behind, and you can just really like explore what it is that you're up to.
It's about you as the artist and your expression and connection with the crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
And you mentioned this is all women. Talk about that a little bit more. I always love to hear about functions and festivals that are just solely about women.
Sure. So I went 5 years ago to a festival in Denver that's devoted to women experimentation, although it's not a solo fest. It's, people have bands. And it was mind-blowing experience and totally changed everything for me. And so I came back and I wanted to bring some of that energy home. And so we threw our first Gatas y Vatas, and a lot of our friends that we had made in Denver came down to perform in that festival. And we also had a lot of women from Albuquerque play the first time. And that was actually my first solo set. So the joke that I make is kind of that, like, I wanted to do a solo set, so I had to like throw a whole festival to do it. It's kind of way I work, kind of macro that way. But a lot of women came and did their first solo sets there at that first festival, and are still performing all over the place today. So I think it's really given rise to a lot of performers in Albuquerque.
Wonderful. Can you mention some of the performers who will be there this weekend?
Sure. So local favorite Lady Uranium is going to play, and she's super fantastic, and she does this kind of, I think she's calling it Witch House right now. It's this kind of dreamy pop, and I think she's been on this program too. Okay. And then also Sage Harrington, who everybody knows and plays a lot around town. She's wonderful, and she'll be there. There's actually 35 performers, so it's kind of hard for me to roll through all of them. But we have people visiting from Oakland, Seattle, Austin, Denver. So like people are coming in from all over the country. And then my friend Carmina Escobar, who is from Mexico City, is going to be doing like a special remote set that we're going to kind of live broadcast at the festival, which should be really fun. So yeah, there's tons of people coming in from all over to do the festival.
Wonderful, wonderful. Question?
Yeah.
It was called a do-it-yourself. Now it's do it together. Explain that concept, because I think that's something very interesting for people in the community at large and artistic creative communities to get into.
Yeah, so that's actually the festival in Denver. That's kind of their invention, but do-it-yourself comes out of like a decades-old kind of subterranean music scene, usually typically I think associated with punk, but then it was expanded a lot more to become more broad. But so that's the do-it-yourself ethic, which is that you don't have to like wait for permission to do what it is that you want to do. You don't have to wait for backing. You just do it. You just make your albums. You just release your music. If you want to make a video, you go make your own video. Yeah. Like you just do what it is that you want to do creatively. And then when I was at the festival in Denver, it was the first time that I had really heard DIT instead of DIY, which is do it together, which I think is so perfect for these endeavors, because while I started Gatas on my own, it really got huge, and all these people came forward to help me, like just contacted me, were like, we want to help with the fest. And this is all volunteer labor of love, like nobody's making any money out of it, but it's a lot of work. So especially having like 35 performers, it's really become a big group effort. So we're all doing it together.
Wonderful.
So shall we play?
Yes. Before we play, I want you to introduce your artist, but give everybody all the detailed information so they make sure they come to this amazing event.
Okay, so I brought with me one of the performers from past Gatas. She performs as Billey. Her name is Billey. The festival is going to be Friday, September 20th, Saturday, September 21st at Cosmos, which is 1715 5th Street. It's an all-ages event, and there's 35 performers. Excellent. It starts at 7 p.m. both nights.
Okay. Make sure you guys show up. It's going to be a great time.
All right, let's hear some music.
Yes, please.
Burn down the battles and call back fires of alarm with a parliament of ghosts by our side. We'll go out waltzing on our graves tonight. Lose the ground where you linger, our venue, the stars, darkened days turn to rust as we light on the storm with a parliament of ghosts by my side. I'll go out waltzing on my grave tonight. Harbingers, call out the orders. Search out all of your sisters and your brothers, fly them home as fast as you can. With daggers deep we race into the sky, through icy harbors shattered in the night. Break down this.
There she is, Billey. Performs Gatas y Vatas, not this weekend, but next weekend. That's our music segment on The Morning Brew.